The CIA has built at least 12 bases in Ukraine right next to the Russian border. The New York Times reported on Sunday that the CIA has been using spy bases in Ukraine to directly engage and undermine Russia and more specifically, Vladimir Putin. Now, this relationship between the CIA and Ukraine hasn't always existed. It just coincidentally started after the Maidan coup that was also facilitated by the CIA. In other words, we know the New York Times is trying to boast about how great it is the CIA has been working to undermine Putin. But in reality, what they did was informed us that Ukraine probably should have been invaded by Russia a long time ago, and Russia had every right to defend itself, considering that NATO was involved in trying to undermine their country, and they used Ukraine to do so, and Ukraine was fully aware of it. Oh, and because of the US desire to just keep funding Nazis to kill ethnic Russians in Ukraine, that part too. Now, with the news that NATO powers are considering sending troops to Ukraine to fight Russia, coupled with the fact that we now know that CIA has had spy bases there since 2014, and the US has admitted to even putting chemical weapons facilities in Ukraine along Russian borders as well. Now, from my vantage point, it looks like with this information that we have, no matter how much Putin tried to engage in good faith with the US and NATO powers, they had always planned on military aggression with Russia. There was nothing Putin could ever do. And therefore, all the lives that have been lost in Ukraine and every life that will be lost going forward if they do choose to continue to engage with Russia, if they do continue to escalate tensions, it will be the fault of the United States and NATO. All that blood will be on their hands, and everyone who enabled them and ran cover for them in the media, it will be on their hands too.